why is this boat here? We know the history of the Golden Rule. We know what she did. We know what she accomplished. And we know that it was probably a very sad day for her when she ended up on Humboldt Bay about 1995. She belonged to a local doctor, Dr. Lawrence Badgley. You guys can be seated. Dr. Lawrence Badgley, who was a very good friend of mine. He was a great doctor, but he was kind of, he's a little bit different.
Yeah.
He owned the Golden Rule and he owned 3 other vessels.
Wow.
And all 3 of his boats, my yard raised. The Golden Rule was a little bit special because we never had to deal with it. It was tied up at Woodley Island Marina. It was safe. It wasn't like his other 2 vessels that were floating around the bay for years. One day, I'm working on one of the barges, and I see one of our boats going down the bay, towing the Golden Rule. I go, interesting. Glad somebody told me. Dr. Badgley owned property further down the bay, and he was evicted from Woodley Island Marina. Not saying anything bad, but he was evicted from everything. I got to give Dr. Badgley credit, though, because he's the one that knew the Golden Rule was special, and he's the first one on Humboldt Bay to try to save it. It was down there, it was tied up, anchored. I drove down afterwards, looked at it and said, this is never going to work. This boat's going to come adrift. They argued with me, and the next morning, my son Cody and I took one of the boats down, and we pulled her off the beach. We hauled her on the little car. And basically what we did is we got her ready for the next time she was going to sink, because we did Dr. Badgley. We got rid of all the environmental problems. We painted her. She was in fairly decent shape. We zinced her. It was in March of 2010. Well, believe it or not, this yard is to make money, and we had to go back to work. So I had to put the Golden Rule somewhere. He never showed up. None of his crew ever showed up. So we had no choice. We launched her, and we tied her up at the end of the dock. We called him time after time after time after time to come and get his boat. Come get your boat. We couldn't take it anywhere. The city of Eureka wouldn't allow him there. Woodley Island wouldn't allow him there. One morning, I walk out on my deck, and the Golden Rule is gone. I call up Cody, and I go, grab one of the boats, go look for it. I'll start driving around. He goes up and down the bay, I drive on the docks. Golden Rule's not gone. Oh my God. We walk to the end of the dock, and she's down.
Oh no.
She's sunk.
Oh no.
This time she was damaged beyond belief, and to be quite honest with you, repair. Through the efforts of my yard, Alpha Diving, Luke Lucarella, we porpoised her, we brought her to the surface, and we pulled her on the beach right here. The burn pile. We really didn't know what to do with it. He didn't have the money to fix it. Wooden boat, I have a problem with wooden boats. Love wooden boats. Not quite sure what to do with it, but I remember Dr. Badgley telling me this boat was famous. In the mornings, I spent a lot of time on doing weather for the fleet of tugs. So I started looking up the Golden Rule. Well, she is famous. There's a book written about her. She's done all kinds of unique things. So I thought, geez, this boat's famous. I'm going to sell it. So I put it on eBay. I put it on Craigslist. Nobody wanted to buy it. But these emails started coming in. Emails from the Smithsonian. Where's the Golden Rule? Where's the Golden Rule? What are you going to do with it? My famous quote is, I'm going to get drunk some night and burn it. Japanese Hiroshima Museum's calling me. Quakers, my good friend the Quakers, are calling me about the Golden Rule. What's going to happen with it? I wasn't really sure. I mean, it doesn't look very good for a boatyard to have a wrecked boat in its front door. A very dear friend of mine, Chuck DeWitt. Chuck lives in Fairhaven, just south of Eureka. Kept our horses for years and years. Me and Chuck have been known to get into the Maker's Mark every once in a while. Chuck walks in the yard one day smoking a cigarette. He goes, "What the heck is the golden rule? I'm getting all these phone calls on the golden rule." I go, "It's right there. Come down tonight. We'll get drunk and burn it." Well, Chuck goes, "Well, the Veterans for Peace." This guy by the name of Freddie Champagne. Veterans for Peace. Chapter 22, Garberville.
All right.
On that note, Veterans for Peace, Chapter 22, Garberville, is the chapter of Veterans for Peace that started this project.
Wow.
Much credit to Freddie and his group. We started talking, and he goes, "Well, the Veterans for Peace are thinking about rebuilding it." Okay, don't take this the wrong way. I've changed my mind since then. I go, "Veterans for Peace. Those are those clowns that stand in the rain Friday night in front of the courthouse." Sure. No problem. A couple of days later, Freddie Champagne and his wife Sherry showed up. We look at the golden rule. Freddie says they want to rebuild it. I'm going, "Yeah, right. We're looking at 100,000. What are we pushing, 180,000 right now?" I go, "Right." Freddie goes, "We can do it. I can raise the money." I go, "We talk about it." We met again. I looked Freddie up, and he is famous. I mean, he's raised money, lots of money. I go, "Let's give it a try." Chuck joined the team. Other members joined the team, and the Golden Rule project was started.
All right.
1 year. It was going to take 1 year. We're 5 years into it now. Very special day today. That's how the Golden Rule ended up here. And that's why the Golden Rule is being launched today, is because of this fine group of people.